If you need to move to a different house, you might call City of Angels, an up-and-coming moving company that serves the LA area. But lately, owner David Sassoonian has been finding it hard to stay profitable with the rising cost of labor in his industry.
For us, our most expensive cost is our employees, for sure.
But after spending some time watching David's movers, I realized there might be a simple solution to all of his problems. So I paid him a visit to see if I could help. Your movers are very in shape.
Our guys are in shape, yeah, all the time.
Lifting all those boxes and furniture, that's a great way to get fit.
Yeah, the guys are getting a great workout. They're always getting a great workout.
And that's the idea. You see, the average gym member in America spends over $700 a year to perform physical labor that's very similar to the work that David's employees do. So if we can make a convincing argument that moving boxes and furniture from house to house is a better workout than going to the gym, David could tap into an endless supply of labor that would actually pay him for the opportunity to move stuff. The plan? Turn the job of moving into America's next fitness craze.
People don't usually pay to work for somebody else.
I think you'll get a lot more people if they just think it's a workout and we don't tell them that they're actually doing free labor. I mean, that's just my opinion as someone who knows a lot about marketing.
I don't know. I don't know if I can convince people to do that.
David was skeptical, but agreed to give me the chance to prove that this would work. Launching a fitness craze, however, would be no easy task. I didn't know much about this stuff, but it seemed like every popular workout was based around a charismatic figure who's a living example of what the workout can do. I know I'm charismatic, and since the workout was my idea anyways, I thought it would be easiest if I just did it. But after reviewing the promotional images I took, I realized I just didn't have the body to be a convincing fitness authority. So I sent my producers to a local fitness convention, and they found a professional bodybuilder who seemed interested in being a spokesperson. So later that week, I brought him into my office to see if he could impress me enough to get the job.
I'm older, but watch me, look at me. I can outperform you. I look just as good as you do. I see this as an opportunity for me to teach.
Jack said all the right things, but what I really cared about was his body. Yeah, seems like you got a good bod.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jack got the job, and because his role as spokesman would be so crucial, I prepared an extensive contract for him to sign. In the event of your death, we would have the rights to your name, likeness, DNA as well.
Okay.
Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
With Jack on board, I walked him through my concept for a new workout called The Movement that would consist entirely of moving boxes and furniture from one location to another. My plan was to position Jack as the guru behind this workout, in the hopes I could convince people he got his amazing physique solely from lifting household items. Let's see some attitude. Beautiful. And to really sell this idea, I hired an obese lookalike to pose as Jack before he lost the weight. Now that the movement had its figurehead, I wanted to legitimize Jack with his own book. So to get the job done quickly, I contacted a ghostwriter who advertised his services on Craigslist and invited him to my office to see if he was right for the task. What I'm looking for is someone who knows a lot about fitness.
Okay.
Is that you?
Yes.
For my own due diligence, I need to know you're a good writer before hiring you, obviously.
Yeah.
So can you come up with an original sentence right now and tell it to me?
Okay. Okay. The candles flickered, the sheets were still, but all the energy in the room surrounded Roman and Kinsey. Kinsey stepped forth and gently touched Roman's arm. He suddenly felt weak in his legs and trembled and fell, as if his Achilles heel had been struck by a blade, but all it was simply a woman's touch.
Wow. That's a good sentence.
Thank you.
Obviously, this book would be more fitness, but Austin seemed like a pretty good fit for the project, so I gave him as much information as I could about the workout and its founder, Jack.
What did he do when he was younger?
As a child,
Yeah.
some things I don't know, and you're just gonna have to fill in the blanks yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
With Austin off to write the book, I had a cover designed highlighting that Jack got his body only by moving boxes and furniture, and that he'd never been to a gym in his life. The problem was, in reality, Jack goes to the gym religiously.
I'm in the gym 6 to 7 days a week.
With the movement about to go public, I couldn't risk Jack being seen at a gym or else we'd be exposed as a fraud. So I set up a private workout space for him so he could keep up his body in secret. So do you think this will work to maintain those muscles?
If this is, what I have to do, I'll make it work.
All right, well, you gonna have a workout or?
Sure.
All right. Have fun. I felt confident moving forward now that our secret was safe, and I was thankful that Jack was so committed to the movement. And a couple days later, Austin returned with the completed book. Steve Jobs?
Yeah.
I was one of his childhood friends.
Oh, okay. Austin had taken a few liberties with Jack's life story, but for my purposes, it would work. So I rush published a bunch of copies and mailed them to media outlets throughout the state in the hopes I'd get some interest. And as luck would have it, we soon got the big break we needed. So I have some exciting news.
Okay.
One of the most popular morning news shows in the state wants you to talk about the movement live on air tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. Wow.
How do you feel?
I felt I felt a rush go right by me. I mean, that is phenomenal.
Just so you know, too, I gave them this book that I had ghostwritten about your life.
Okay.
Obviously, the author didn't know anything about you, so he kind of made some stuff up.
Okay.
It seems like a big part of it is how you were childhood friends with Steve Jobs. So, do you know Steve Jobs?
Steve Jobs, yes. He's the Microsoft.
Apple.
Apple, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, you might want to read it over to get a sense of what your life is like before tomorrow.
Okay.
In the later chapters, it actually says you spend a lot of time volunteering with jungle children. I don't know what that is, but you might want to bring it up because audiences love someone who gives back and is charitable.
Okay. I'll tell them, what they want to hear.
You're watching San Diego 6 News in the morning.
Welcome back. We are in spring, but we're always looking ahead to summer. And if you're looking to lose a couple of pounds, we have a free way to do it with things that are already in your home, and we have proof that it works.
We're going to introduce you to someone. Come in here and look at this before picture. This is Jack Garbarino before. This was Jack about 100 pounds ago. Now let's have you the grand reveal.
Big reveal.
This is Jack now.
Hello.
How great do you look now, Jack?
I look great. I feel great. I feel a renewed person. I'm lean and mean, and I'm a fighting machine.
The news appearance couldn't have gone better, and over the next couple weeks, Jack made appearances on morning shows throughout the region.
Our next guest lost more than 100 pounds and never stepped foot in a gym.
Can you lose 100 pounds just by moving boxes and furniture? One guy says it's possible.
Look at this man. He lost over 100 pounds, and now he's sharing his fitness tips with all of us.
Jack,
Glad to be here.
your story of inspiration.
Yes, that was me. I mean, you could see that I was a fat tub of lard, and
You can say it, I can't.
And you also came across Steve Jobs.
Yes.
How did you meet him?
Well, I grew up with him as a child.
No kidding.
He was my best friend as a child.
Were you able to keep that friendship with Steve Jobs so he could see what you were motivated to eventually become?
He never saw me really at this fit. We kept in touch, but that's it. Simple as this. I do charity work, with jungle children.
Jungle child is what?
Yeah, jungle child are children that live in the jungle. A while ago, I was working with a jungle child. His name was Dendy. He was a great inspiration for me. And unfortunately, tragically, he died when baboons kidnapped and ate him. It was actually one of the worst days of my life.
Where is this?
Jack turned out to be an extremely compelling spokesman, and he was really hitting our message home.
In my opinion, gym stands for giving your money away.
Never been to a gym in my life.
Never stepped a foot in the gym in my entire life. I got this body by simply just moving boxes and furniture.
If I could do it, anybody else can do it.
Fantastic.
Sign up, and you can see what we're doing to help people around the country.
Good work. You look
Jack
amazing.
Garbarino.
Thank you very much.